LTD family, good evening. I am going to go over my learning unit in LTDE 5306 Technology Planning and Administration. Obviously, we start off with week one. This is where we discuss and change leadership. Change leadership is essential to us as instructional designers. We went over how we would value and promote that, and this is kind of my layout on what I feel about change leadership. I went into how just understanding my motivation, on kind of why or what motivates me to get out of bed every morning. I want to educate myself to ensure I have enough knowledge that I can pass on and be confident in giving to other people's, other minds, and then to inspire others, to motivate, to take what students are afraid of and to give them inspiration and power to tap into that untouched energy and use that to keep going in instructional design. We're more than just content creators. I think we're soul inspirers and motivators. We can portray and display messages and help people get into what they have been called to do. Week two, this is kind of when we go. I know I got week three. Week two, week three, we had to submit a presentation to stakeholders within our organization, persuading them of the importance of using TPAC framework. Um, the TPAC framework um, was to it acts as a roadway and a pathway and a way for educators not only to give them a way of how they can adapt technology, but it kind of gives them a way of kind of on what they need to do to ensure they're giving it the right way, they're teaching the right way, the content that they teach is the right content, and just how they adopt technology into the classroom, into their learning lesson. We had to write out a script here to actually show to investors. This is actually my script right here. As you flip through it, you can see kind of how it's laid out, which eventually in week three right here, we would actually put into an actual presentation. So this is my TPAC and Seminar presentation, and I call it where technology and learning meets. As you flip through it, you can kind of get an idea on how I did it. You started off with different slides. I think this is about 10 slides. Kind of goes over what SAMR is, the framework, why the need for SAM framework, how it goes from substitution all the way to redefinition. I included a example of the video. Let me blow it up. Example of the video as you go through it. Um, we kind of went through obviously the opportunities and benefits for it. Um, TPAC, obviously, why TPAC is important. TPAC is very pivotal into any organization to do it. I went to the opportunities and benefits. Here, this is my summary, including my references. And this is kind of my slideshow for week three. And as effective as it was, we hope that TPAC and SAMR should be adopted into any organization even more. Moving forward, module week four, we got an opportunity to again work with Vocaroo like we did in the past. Vocaroo is a great audio tool, especially when you're giving feedback or just when you want to sometimes get a way of putting words into voice, into audio. We had to give a response on the insight on how we process information while learning and engaging with peers. This was our way that we had to give 5 resources, which were part of a bigger design and bigger ones that we would use later on in our instructional design. But our 5 resources on what we use, kind of from different sources. I think when you listen, we had to put it in script and in voice. This is my voice, so you're able to listen to it and read it, and kind of gain an insight on Vocal. Vocal is a great tool. It's easy to use. Once you're done, you can upload it anywhere, and it kind of acts as a feedback tool. Great tool to use. Week 5, we had to kind of give our vision and mission statement along with our purpose on what we see ourselves as instructional designers for the future. My vision, just from a nutshell, just aim to create educational systems that emphasize creativity, equity, and accessibility. My mission is just to pretty much integrate technology with pedagogy and content by applying the SR model and the TPEC model. I was just hoping to be in an institution that will excel at building relationships uh, and build up key ingredients that will have teachers give them better classroom management. I know right now where I'm at, we have a mixture of experienced teachers and new teachers. So sometimes you had that lack of communication where with your older teachers, your more experienced teachers are kind of afraid of change. I wouldn't say afraid of change, but you kind of more resist change. And then you have your new teachers who great at building relationships. They just fall behind sometimes in the classroom management because that is a skill you have to have. So just kind of being that bridgeway, that bridging that gap between the two, I think it will be a great mission for me. And obviously, my purpose is just to make sure that people understand that learning shouldn't be mandatory, it should be motivational, collaborative, and more importantly, fun. Uh, week 6 and 7, we actually had the opportunity of creating a change unit. Pretty much had to find something of our passion, of our interest that we wanted to seek change. Here I went with a restaurant in my old hometown called Lee's China Inn, a restaurant that's been serving the community of Crockett for over 30 years. Uh, Lately, I've been seeing a decline in positive feedback. Some of it may be due to food costs, rising costs, lower labor staff. It may be due to not really lower quality in food because the food quality is still there. Maybe not like it used to be, but a lot of other factors that factor in to the low scores sometimes will bleed into the food quality. But I know that with just a small change in something like a Zios payment terminal, which is payment terminal slash food ordering system slash inventory tracker slash loyalty program provider, I think this will kind of alleviate some of the stress that Lee's China Inn may be going through. But as you flip through my 1718 slideshow, you can kind of see on how I laid out the introduction, then went to the purpose, kind of showing what the benefits are to both the company and to the customer. I went with, then I kind of broke down each order point that I went with the enhanced operational efficiency, how you can optimize work experience by reducing labor costs and utilizing a more energy efficient way of food ordering, how you can track and grow revenue through customer analytics and sales reports, pretty much targeting areas of growth and looking at ways to keep what's making you money on the menu items on the menu. And then obviously you can improve guest satisfaction through loyalty programs, through online reservations, digital media marketing. You can use social media to get customers more insight, get them faster coupons and discounts, and kind of highlight different areas where they could have an opportunity to have a greater experience. Um, there are some objectives to the ZI system. You would just start with anyone from a short term to installing, mid-term to training, and then long term to tracking sales. There's a project scope where I broke down what each of those steps will look like. I have an estimated budget, and obviously this is just an estimated budget. And I took kind of what their model and their framework looks like, and I kind of tailored it to their particular store. Obviously, with a bigger location, you would do more. Then obviously we went with the timeline. I looked at it from a 1 to 6 week in the short to midterm, and then long term we went for month 2 and month 5. Just kind of what it looks like, and this is just a way to track your ROI to make sure it's a positive ROI and it's impactful, meaningful, and it's a way to ensure that the investment uh, outweighs the risk. The incentives for meeting the deadline. Obviously, you always want to give incentives to your staff in order to get things done. You take care of your staff, they take care of you. Then I have the assessment of success, what success looks like, what to observe, what to look for, how do you know this is working. Um, and then I have the challenges. There's always going to be challenges when you try to make change and do for the better. But long as you have solutions and ways to overcome those challenges, I think that's the main thing that will allow you to get over hurdles. And then we finished up with just some pictures on kind of where Lee's China is at the moment. As you see, the food looks good, the building looks good, but just with a few technology pieces in that store, you can change the way they operate, and customers can change their experience. And hopefully, you want to change, get those 2 and 3 stars back up to 4 and 5 stars. So this is kind of how what I look like for Ltd 5306 and for my different weeks.